Hello everybody. Today we will be looking at the updated version of OmkarCraft. Last time in the old OmkarCraft video we had seen how we set up the basic movement logic of moving around and looking around and flying around, and we also added the mechanism of placing and breaking blocks in OmkarCraft. So that was what we did in last time, and we also created created a robot which builds for us using random numbers or by using step-by-step procedure. Both of the versions of the robot we had seen. It did not use artificial intelligence though. It only relied on instructions which we gave it, and like that only it built using Python code. So OmkarCraft is basically the entire project, like a game very similar to Minecraft, inspired from Minecraft, but it runs entirely in Blender. This is my personal project. I'm making it personally, that it is very similar to Minecraft in behavior, breaking, placing blocks and moving around and flying around, but it runs entirely in Blender. You don't need to install Minecraft or any other extra software. Only thing you need is Blender. If you have, and Blender is completely free, as you know. So if you have the free software Blender, you can play OmkarCraft. So last time we had seen that old version of OmkarCraft. Now I have updated the game. Further development has been done, and in this we have added a mechanism for generating terrain. So terrain generation has been added to OmkarCraft. Let us see what it looks like now. This is the world of OmkarCraft. See, nice, no? Now before we continue, you will say something is different. Something is different, and let me tell you what. If you notice properly, then the sky has changed. The skybox has changed. I changed the sky texture. The texture, image texture which I had used for the sky, the clouds and all, I changed that and replaced it with Cubyz renewed. So see, this is the new skybox now. See, this is the skybox which I have used right now. As you can see, this is the sky texture from Cubyz renewed shaders. These are Minecraft shaders which I personally love. I love these shaders a lot. These are my favorite Minecraft shaders till date, because it has those ultra realistic water caustics also, and water waves also, and the sunlight and shadows. Everything is so ultra realistic. That is why I love Cubyz renewed shaders. So because of that, and if you see on my YouTube channel, I have made one Herobrine creepypasta, and that is also shot completely in Cubyz renewed shaders only. So that is why for OmkarCraft, further development of OmkarCraft, I took this sky texture. These are various screenshots of sky texture which I took during Minecraft gameplay, and all of them have been merged together like a collage into one single image, and have smoothened out the borders so that it feels like it is in one big continuation. So like that, I have edited this image very properly and nicely and made it one big skybox image. So this skybox image of Cubyz renewed I have used in OmkarCraft for further development. So the old versions of OmkarCraft are like that only. They use the old sky shader, pixel Umarandrabi shader. But the new version with terrain generation, this one uses the new Cubyz renewed skybox. So the skybox has changed. If you see, sky texture has changed. And now we'll be looking at the terrain generation. Let's start. So if you see properly, this uses a code or algorithm to generate the terrain. It is not completely random terrain generation like Minecraft, which uses Perlin noise. Minecraft uses Perlin noise, but this is not completely random like that. This uses a terrain generation algorithm. That is why you will notice some pattern in the terrain generation, but overall it generates quite realistic terrain. And this is very similar to Minecraft because this has a seed mechanism. I have added a seed mechanism where you enter the seed for the world, particular seed for the world, and it generates the world for you based on what seed you entered. You can completely customize the world, what all types of chunks you want to generate and all that using seed mechanism. So completely customizable worlds are available in OmkarCraft because of the seed mechanism. Though the disadvantage of this seed mechanism is that patterns are found in the terrain generation, but the advantage is that complete customizability and reproducibility. Means reproducibility means basically if you enter the same seed, you will get the exact same world every single time you generate. Even if you generate multiple times, you will get the exact same world if you enter the same seed. That is the reproducibility which is also available in Minecraft because of seed mechanism. So same seed mechanism is used in this also, OmkarCraft, but in this the seed length is fixed. It is a 13-digit number. Seed is a 13-digit number in this. So we'll see the details of how it is generated later on, but right now you can see the terrain generated over here. These are 30 chunks long generation. So this width is 11 chunks and this length is 30 chunks. You can generate this for infinite number of chunks, but for now, for this setting, this example, I have generated 30. This length is 30 chunks by sideways width 11 chunks. So this is how I generated it. So now let's see all the images. So this is the one image. This is another image from the top of a mountain. From the top of a mountain you can see the world. It looks like this. This is from the sky. This is we are flying in the sky and you are seeing everything from top. But this is from much lower level. This is from the top of a mountain, the tallest mountain. The tallest structure in OmkarCraft is a mountain, and from that top of the mountain this shot is found out. So this is how I shot this shot. Shot this shot. See? Then this is the top view, like a cartographer I did, like went high up in the sky, and from that I generated the top view. In this image you can see the top view of the world, the entire 30 chunks. So this 30 chunks long and 11 chunks wide. So you can see the entire world like this is the top view. Like this can be used as a map. So this is the default world which we are seeing in these images. No, this is the default world using one default seed which I have preset. If you change the seed, you will get another world during terrain generation. We'll see that. But first we'll see the screenshots. Top view. The natural cave generation is also there. See, this is the side view. The bottom layer is completely made of obsidian. Instead of bedrock, I have used obsidian. In Minecraft there is bedrock, but here bottom layer is made of obsidian and stone. And in that layer of stone there are caves. So natural cave generation is also added. And forests, villages, water, watchtowers, mountains, everything is present over here. And there are abandoned structures as well, like abandoned village and abandoned watchtower. So these abandoned structures also generate in this world. So OmkarCraft has a variety of different chunks which can generate different things such as mountains, forests, villages, watchtowers, water. So many different things. Mountains and cliffs also. So if you see, these are the conical mountains, but these are mountains with a cliff, like steep drop over here. So see, mountains and cliffs both are generated. So see, variety of chunks are there. So this is the structure of the world. Bottom layer obsidian, stone layer with caves in it, and then the top layer with all the variety of features. So see, this is how it is made. OmkarCraft terrain generation. Now we'll see ahead. Natural cave generation has been shown here. The caves contain coal ores. If you see properly, this coal ore over here, and in the ceiling also coal ore. So coal ores and cave generation has also been added in this new update along with terrain generation, which is part of terrain generation only, but it is very nice. See, the caves look so nice. Then abandoned structures like villages. See, the path of the village is also there, dirt path. See, overall it is looking nice. And then abandoned watchtower. So abandoned structures like abandoned village and abandoned watchtower are also present. So see, this is OmkarCraft. These are the 7 screenshots of OmkarCraft. Now you will ask me, why are you showing screenshots? Why not the actual game? Well, because of the terrain generation logic, now the game is very laggy and takes a long time to load. So that is why at first, to give a bird's eye view, I am showing the screenshots which I captured during my development phase. But the now development phase is completed, so now these screenshots you will actually be able to experience these in game. So I'll play OmkarCraft now, but I'm warning you, it is very laggy because the terrain generation logic code is not very efficient. So it is very computationally heavy and lags the computer a lot, and Blender is also so computationally heavy, so it is makes it worse. So it lags a lot, but still we will see OmkarCraft now. It takes 2 to 3 minutes to load only. It is that much computationally heavy. But let it be. We'll see now. Let's see OmkarCraft. There you go. You can see OmkarCraft now. See? OmkarCraft. Ready to play OmkarCraft. Okay. Last time we had seen the original OmkarCraft version and construction test and construction demo. Then the small house, we had already seen all this. Now this is the new part. Super flat world ready made. So first, without the seed mechanism, normal super flat world, like in Minecraft super flat worlds are there, like that super flat world I made in OmkarCraft. So if you want to build something massive without the interruption of any terrain, then you can use the super flat world, because their terrain won't hinder your construction. If you want some really huge project and you don't want terrain to come in between your build, then you can use the super flat world. But if you want something to look more natural, which blends in with the terrain, then you can use the terrain world, which I have made over here using all this. But what all this is, I will show you. So first, without the seed logic, there is no seed mechanism in this because the entire world is super flat only. Seed mechanism comes in terrain world. So after this world, all these worlds, in this the terrain the seed mechanism is included. But in these two, no seed mechanism. So let me just show you first super flat world. Let's start with this. I close this. Yes. Yes. There you go. This is OmkarCraft super flat world. Let's see now. We'll start by doing this. Okay, let it load. It takes some time to load. That is why I showed the screenshots first. And screenshots only took so much time to show. We are already 14 minutes in. Let it be. We'll see now. Slowly but steadily we'll see everything. From scratch, how I made it. That also I will explain the logic as well. This logic, this terrain generation logic has been developed by me entirely. I didn't use anybody else's logic like Perlin noise or anything. I didn't use. I myself thought about this logic and developed this logic from scratch for terrain generation. So let me show you. You can almost see my face in the reflection. The face reveal is coming soon. Hopefully One day I will do face reveal, don't worry. But for now we'll see this first. OmkarCraft is very important. So this has been rendered properly. And you can see now. Wow. Now first I will explain the code basically. 11 chunks is the width, right? So why it is 11 chunks? That also I will tell you. So see here the old logic is there, like when we press on the number keys we place different blocks. So that logic we already saw last time. But here it starts. So when you will move, you have to move along the world axis. The world axis is y-axis. The positive y-axis is the world axis. So if you move along the positive y-axis, terrain will keep on getting generated because the y value will change, right? So see, I made the world axis along the y-axis. So this is the positive y-axis, and when you move in this direction, terrain will procedurally get generated like this along the y-axis. So procedural terrain generation is there in this along the y-axis. So we'll see what I mean now. So y-axis is always tracked. The y coordinate of the player is always tracked. So obj.location.y is the y coordinate, and current y gets updated every time. Current y, initially we are at 0, right? So initially we are at y coordinate 0. So initially current y is 0. Okay, if you see in the code, current y is 0 initially. So it starts initialized that current y is 0. So whenever the y coordinate of the player exceeds current y plus 8, when this value is exceeded, that time current y gets updated plus 15. That means moves one chunk ahead. So we move one chunk ahead. So current y becomes 15 from 0, and then it generates the terrain. The while loop runs. The while loop says that while current x is less than 80, it will keep on incrementing current x plus 15, and it will keep copy pasting, duplicating these chunks, grassland chunk and obsidian chunk, in the world and making the terrain generation. So infinite terrain generation is there. You can go for infinite length, because every time y value increases, current y gets updated and it will generate more terrain. So infinite terrain generation is used achieved using this logic. So it places these at these coordinates, and current x gets incremented by 15, so moves to the next chunk. So now I'll say why current x. Current y was enough, right? Why current x? Current x because it is 11 chunks wide. So 11 chunks is the width which I told you. So for that it will generate from minus 75 to plus 75. So if you see initialized, when I have initialized, that time I have initialized current x as minus 75. Current y is 0 as we already saw, but current x is minus 75. So initially it is minus 75, and it will continue getting incremented in the while loop till it reaches plus 75. And plus 75 is just less than 80. So when it will reach plus 75, it will stop, because after that this while loop will become false and it will come out of the while loop. So it will continue generating chunks from minus 75 till plus 75 x coordinate. So 11 chunks width that it will get using this, and it will copy paste these chunks, duplicate these chunks continuously. So grassland on obsidian chunk. So base is obsidian, as we saw, base is obsidian and grassland chunk on top of that. So that is how the terrain generation for this works. No seed mechanism is there. There is no seed mechanism, and it continuously generates like that only. And once current x reaches 90, after when it crosses plus 75 and it reaches plus 90 after plus 15, then it will stop. It will reset the current x to minus 75 once again, and then it will come out of the if condition and while loop, and then the terrain generation will be halted for that chunk, and then it will get triggered again after this condition gets satisfied. Y coordinate is greater than current y. So every time we move on the y-axis, more and more chunks will generate using this terrain generation logic. Now we'll see this in working. Let's see now. In this also same player model is there, same everything. But in this we have updated one more thing other than the skybox. The skybox has changed as we already saw, but one more thing has changed. We have added this light blue colored semi-transparent cuboid. No, not cuboid, cube. This light blue color semi-transparent cube I have shown like a hologram. So what this will do, it will act as a crosshair. So while placing blocks, you will get a reference that where you are placing blocks, because this cube's position highlights the position where the blocks are being placed. So that is why it will help in building. So for building purposes, to make it more easy to build structures, I added this light blue hologram cube. So you'll see that also. Now we ran the script. Now just move forward. He'll move a little bit upwards. See, you can see the light blue colored cube. Do you see it? This is the hologram which will help in building. I will show you the feature later. But first, we'll see the terrain generation first. That is more important. WWW, we keep on moving forward. See, we are moving forward right now, if you notice. See, terrain generated. See, it actually works. The next chunk got generated. Now when we will move more forward, that time more terrain will get generated. I will show you. And this light blue hologram cube is also so nice that when we are moving, that time it goes away, but when we stand still, that time it appears. So for building, this is very useful, and while you are moving around, it won't bother you. So like that, it is very nice feature. So see, while moving, it goes away. So it is perfect. Now see, more terrain will get generated. Wait and watch. See, one more chunk got generated. So like not one more chunks, more 11 chunks got generated. So 11 chunks like this horizontally got generated. So every time we move 15 ahead, that means one chunk ahead, 11 chunks, next 11 chunks will get generated. Then more 15 ahead, then more 11 chunks. Like this, infinite terrain generation. I showed you right now for 2, right? So like that, it is for infinite. So you can go till infinity. But it is not advised to go till infinity because it is so laggy. But still. Now we escaped. Wait. Before we close this, I want to show you one more thing. I'll show you the building mechanism. How it helps in building, that I want to show you. Means, for example, let's just point this way. Okay, now we'll go down. Now if we are building, for example, a L shape using stone blocks. Okay, so now first I place stone block, 3. See, stone block got placed. Now we have to move a little bit aside to continue the L shape, right? See, now the light blue color cube will guide us how much right we have to go. Then again stone block, 3. See, using the light blue cube, you can actually get an idea where you are building. See, it actually shows us where we are building that. See, the light blue color cube, you can actually, it helps in building a lot. So 3. See, it continuously helps you in building. This is such a nice feature for initial level beginners, so that they get an idea about where they are building. Then now the sideways is completed. Now we'll go upwards. Upwards we need to go. So if we go up like this, now we'll see the cube coming up, blue hologram cube coming up, and then 3. So see, you 3. See, actually we get an idea. You. See, actually see the blue color, light blue color outline. So not be visible because very properly, but still it is there. You can see it. Wait, it will be visible like this if I show you. Now you can see it more clearly. See, press like this and then press 3, you will get it. See, then you see, again you can see the light blue outline helping you always. So see, this is very useful for building structures like this. So now our L is complete. Let us just go back and see how it looks. That see, looking nice. So like this, any structure you are building, like a L structure or a tree or a house or any other structure which you want to build, this mechanism will always help you in building construction. So see, this is how this blue hologram cube helps. See the shadow also, you can see the graphics are also nice with sunlight also. So this is basically placing and breaking blocks. Wait, breaking blocks also I will show. Just move forward. Oh no, why it is so laggy? See, it started lagging at just this much only. I just generated like 22 chunks, like 2 sets of 11 chunks, and it started lagging so badly. So see, this is the disadvantage of OmkarCraft. It is not very well optimized, that is why. And still, at least it works. At least you can play around. But you need a lot of patience to play this, because obviously the lag. But see now, breaking blocks also will show. Now if I hit B, boom, part of that L is gone. See, so breaking block mechanism is still there. That I have not removed. I have not removed the placing blocks mechanism. I have not removed the breaking blocks mechanism as well. So all that is still there, and I have added on the terrain generation mechanism. Now that we have seen for super flat world, let us proceed to terrain, the seed mechanism. See, the hologram is added. So now we'll proceed to the seed mechanism. The logic, you basically understood how it is generating from minus 75x value to plus 75x value, and on y value every time it gets incremented, it gets incremented by 15, and as the player moves forward it continues generating. That's the basic logic. Same logic will be used in terrain generation, but seed mechanism will be added on. That will be an added on thing in the next version. That is a very long version. This version is short, like 201 lines of code. That is a very long code. That is like 733 lines of code, because that includes the seed mechanism and terrain generation also, right? So that is why that is much longer than this, 733 lines. That is definitely way longer than this. See, that's the longest code in OmkarCraft. Last longest was 672, I think, right? This is 733. It broke all records. This is the longest code in OmkarCraft, the terrain generation. That I will show you after this. So right now we solved this super flat world. Now after that we'll see the terrain generation with seed mechanism. That will be the very long code, 733 lines long. So let's see. All this is Python code. This is all done in Python using Blender scripting tab. You see scripting. See, scripting is highlighted. So in Blender's Python scripting tab, all this Python code is written. Using that, OmkarCraft has been coded. So see, the chunk grew longer, right? Because we generated 2 more sets of chunks forward like this. Forward 2 we generated. It was already 2 chunks long, and more 2 we generated, so it is now 4 chunks long. So see, and it can go on for very long. And if you want to build something very huge, then I have also created a copy of this world, in which I ready-made super flat world, in which I generated a super flat world manually by moving forward, and then I came back here and then I saved it, so that when if you want to build something big, then you can simply use that world instead of generating terrain all over again. You can simply use that where there is a ready-made super flat world already generated. I'll show you that also. That is why it is super flat world ready-made. So I'll show that also. Wait. Right now we'll do don't save, obviously, because this useless changes I don't want to save. No. as you can see here, OmkarCraft super flat world ready made. I'll show you that once. Close this. Okay, so this is the ready-made super flat world. Let me just show you. So you can see it is already generated, but we'll go in rendered mode right now. Let it load. See, it will take 2-3 minutes to load only. That is why it is so laggy. That is why I showed you screenshots first, because no point in waiting so much. So first I showed screenshots. So those of you who want to see the final result, you can see first. But those who want to wait till the end, you can see this, because this is the actual real working version where I explain the code as well. See, same 201 lines code, same code, only thing I generated this manually. So if you want to build something big, instead of generating everything again, you can just use this ready-made super flat world. And this I have generated till like 20 chunks or so. So this is like 20 chunks forward. So that is why you can see it is one long line shaped. So in OmkarCraft the world is line shaped because the width is fixed 11 blocks, but it continues generating infinitely on y-axis. So that is why the world is a straight line in OmkarCraft. So OmkarCraft world works like that. So now we'll see the terrain generation, because now this we saw already. And if you see, it generates chunk wise, right? That is why if you do like this, then you can see that it deletes also chunk wise. So if you want to move forward and you decide to break something, then it will delete the entire chunk. Let me just show you how. Okay, so we are going down. Okay, we are going down. Go. Very good. So now that we came down, we'll try it out. If you press B, entire thing is gone. So see, this is how it works basically, because it generates chunk wise. So the entire chunk is considered as one object. So when you go near a chunk and press B and you delete the chunk, you delete the entire chunk. All blocks in the chunk are deleted, sadly. This is the disadvantage of OmkarCraft terrain generation, because I had to group multiple blocks into a single chunk, 15 by 15 by 5. That is how big a chunk is, 15 blocks by 15 blocks by 5 blocks. So that three-dimensional chunk, cuboid chunk. So like that I had to do. So when you delete it, the entire chunk gets deleted. That was required because already it lags so much. Imagine if it would be thousands of blocks like this, individual blocks, thousands of blocks, then it would be so laggy and unplayable. But now this is laggy, but at least it is playable, because I grouped so many blocks into a single chunk, 15 by 15 by 5. That is why I had to group it for optimization. Otherwise it would have easily crashed it. B, I press B and it is gone. Now I'll just move forward and try working on the obsidian also. I'll show you the obsidian also. That is also, that can also be deleted. Even if it is the base of the world, the obsidian chunks can also be deleted by the player. So, so you actually get access to the void. Those who like venturing into the void in Minecraft, so your wish will also be fulfilled in OmkarCraft. See? Okay, delete this. B. Now let us fly upwards and see the aftermath. How we deleted that. See? And obviously we have this already generated. Let's just go up. Hands are also paining now. I'm holding the phone for so long, no? Let it be. It is worth it. So see what we did? We deleted that chunk, and then we also deleted the obsidian base and saw the void. See? This is how it works. Terrain generation, placing blocks, breaking blocks, everything still works. See, placing blocks also works. Like this. See, placing blocks also still works. So placing blocks, breaking blocks, terrain generation, everything is there now. Like a full-fledged game now. See, now we will just break these blocks and show you. B. Gone. See? Placing blocks, breaking blocks, terrain generation, everything is there. B. Gone. See? So this was the super flat world. Now we'll see the terrain version. Now this is just started. Now we have to see many more things like terrain generation and all. So now let me just close this. Obviously don't save because these changes are not required. Now the next version, the actual terrain generation. Yes, let's see now. OmkarCraft terrain world. First I'll explain the code, then I'll show you. Okay. We'll also have a short gameplay session at the end where we'll play the game and see. That will be very long play session because it is very laggy. But still okay. At least it works. See, this is the actual OmkarCraft world, the terrain generation world. All these you see, these are the different chunks which will be duplicated every time the terrain generates. So I'll explain the code logic now first before we start generating. So we'll get a better idea of the terrain generation. I'm telling you, this logic has been developed entirely by me from scratch, and that is why it is not very efficient also, that I admit, but it is still working. So see, as I told, 733 lines. I told no, I still remember the exact number, 733. That huge code. See it rendered. So this is a render mode. See, you can see all the chunks: water, watchtower, village, forest chunks. hills, mountains, cliffs, grasslands, stone chunk and obsidian chunk, everything you can see. So now we'll start. Let's see the code. First step is always that you have to enter the seed. Obviously, before generating anything, any world, you have to enter the seed. So see, this is the seed entering part. Seed, as I said, it is a 13-digit number. So I have given each number its own variable. So each digit of the seed has its own integer variable. So seed 1, seed 2, seed 3, seed 4, all the way till seed 13. So when you enter the seed, you enter it from top to bottom. So the seed of this world is 246767 1835913. This is the 13-digit seed for this world. This is the default seed and the default OmkarCraft world. You can change this seed and generate your own customized worlds if you want. But for now, this is the default world. So let's see for this world first. So same logic, initially same logic. X and Y coordinates, current X as -75, current Y as 0. Current X as -75, current Y is 0. Same, X and Y logic is same. The while loop and all is same. Only the seed mechanism will be added on. So seed 1 to seed 13, seed defining variables. Then there is also one variable called seed count. This seed count variable will have values between 1 to 13. It will move across the digits. So for that it is there. So seed count is 1, initialized as 1, and it will move from 1 to 13 and then back to 1 again. Then current seed tells which chunk it needs to generate. So one by one it will generate all chunks, right? So while generating chunk, it will generate each chunk one by one. So for each chunk it will be given a current seed. So current seed will be seed 1, initialized as seed 1. So it will keep on changing. Initially it is seed 1, then seed 2, seed 3, seed 4. Like that, one by one it will generate the world. And when it will reach seed 13, again it will go back to seed 1 and start from there. So then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, again 13, then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Similarly. So same way it will keep on generating continuously. So current seed is there, seed count is there. These two variables are very important. Then this all logic is same. We saw last time, placing blocks, breaking blocks, moving around, WASD, moving around mechanism, UJ, flying up down, ZX for left right, PL for up down, B for breaking blocks, same. All this logic is same. Then placing blocks is also same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. So all the placing blocks, breaking blocks mechanism and movement logic mechanism of moving around and flying around and looking around, everything is same. Now the terrain logic starts here. See what happens now. There is slightly modification in last time version very similar. So the Y coordinate of the player is greater than self current Y, the current Y plus 8. Same trigger mechanism like last time. The Y coordinate of player will exceed this current Y plus 8 value. Then it will increment current Y by 15 and then it will go inside the while loop. So it will start the X coordinate while loop. So while X is less than 80, so it will every time it will increment by 15, and from -75 to +75 it will generate 11 chunks width, and same mechanism. But instead of the normal grassland chunk and obsidian chunk, here the seed mechanism starts. So here let's see what it does. So the width and length mechanism is same. So for generating along the length like Y coordinate, so the trigger mechanism is same like current Y plus 8, the player's Y coordinate and everything, that check is also same. And the X mechanism while loop is also same for generating -75 to +75X. So 11 chunks width, that mechanism also same. Only difference is seed mechanism now. Now seed mechanism is added. Let's see that now. So we have seen length and width. Now for each chunk it will do the while loop. The while loop iterates for each chunk, right? So if we see, wait, let me show you. This while loop, it iterates for each chunk. Each one chunk it will increment X by 15 and continue generating one by one. So for each chunk this entire code will run. This entire code is for just one chunk, and for each chunk this entire code will run. That is why it is so computationally heavy. Let's see what this code is now. So first it will check if current seed is 1. I have created 9 different digits, so 1 to 9. The seed digits can be anything from 1 to 9. You can put 1 to 9 numbers, so that will give you 13, 9 raised to 13, 9 raised to 13 possible seeds, which is like in billions of seeds, 2.5 billion seeds. That many seeds are possible due to this, but that is why this comes with a cost, the computational cost, because every chunk it will have to run this mechanism. So the 1 to 9 seeds it has to check. If current seed is 1, then it will generate the grassland chunk, then all the stone chunks below it, and then the base obsidian chunk. So grassland chunk on top, then stone chunk, all the stone chunks below it, and then at the bottom obsidian chunk, the base of the world. Same for current seed 2. Current seed 2 is for mountain cliff. It will generate the mountain cliff. So top mountain cliff chunk, then all the stone chunks below it, and then the last obsidian chunk. So same logic. Then for 3, conical hill chunk, all stone chunks below it, obsidian chunk. In this manner, it generates all the chunks if condition is given like this, to generate all the chunks one by one. So it will check the current seed. If current seed is this 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, then it will generate that chunk accordingly. So like that it will check for each and every chunk and do it. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, similar logic. And then after that the incrementation logic. If seed count is 1, seed count we initialized as 1, right? So if seed count is 1, then it will increment the seed count to 2, and then current seed will become seed 2. From seed 1 it became seed 2, the current seed. So current seed also got updated, seed count also got updated. Then it will come to 2. After incrementing in 1, it came to 2. If seed count is 2, then the seed count will get incremented to 3, and then the current seed will become seed 3. Similarly, if seed count is 3, then the seed count will get incremented to 4, and current seed will become seed 4. Like this I gave for all the seed counts till 13. So see, this logic is for incrementing. So for each and every chunk it will first generate the chunk according to the current seed, and then it will update the current seed to the next digit in the seed. So like that it will continue generating the terrain, and once it reaches seed 13, if seed count is 13, then seed count will get reset back to 1, and then current seed will also become seed 1. So till 13, 1 to 13 it will increase continuously, and when it will reach 13 it will get reset back to 1, and then the cycle continues. So that is why you see the pattern, because 1 to 13 it will generate the chunks. Then when it reaches 13 it will reset to 1, and then from then again it will start generating 13 chunks. Then again it will reach 13, then again reset to 1, again it will continue generating chunks, and so on. That is why you see the pattern in the terrain generation. So that is the disadvantage of the logic, that there is a pattern, but still at least it generates the terrain. So this is how it works. And same logic at the end. If current text value is 90, means it crossed plus 75 and reached 90, then it will reset back to minus 75 to generate the next 11 chunks. So the while loop is same, trigger point is same, trigger condition is same, y coordinate, everything is same. Only difference is seed mechanism is added. This if elif ladder for incrementing the seed count and current seed, and this checking mechanism which will check the current seed and generate the chunk accordingly. So like that it will generate. And if you notice in 6 and 7, the forest seeds, there is cave generation. So natural cave generation also occurs. Let me show you. Here in chunks 6 and 7, where it is grassland forest and conical hill forest, the AT value is missing. Y coordinate starts at Z coordinate starts at 100. It goes underground deeper. Stone chunks are going deeper, 95, 90, 85, because height is 5, right? So it will generate in 5 differences. So 90, 85, then instead of 80 it will directly jump to 75 because there will be cave in the 80. So the 80 z coordinate chunk is not generated, and that stone chunk will be left blank, and that will become the cave. And that only occurs, 80 coordinate is kept only in 6 and 7. 6 we already saw, 7 is conical hill forest. Grassland forest is 6 and conical hill forest is 7. Only in these two coordinates the 80 coordinates skipped, and directly it falls to 75 from 85. But in all other chunks like 9, let me show 8 also it will generate. 8 also will see 80 chunk is always included, 85, 80, 75. But only in these two chunks 6 and 7 the 80 coordinates get skipped, and that is why the blank space is left, and that blank space will become the cave. So that is how the natural cave generation occurs in OmkarCraft. So below the forest, so if you want to find a cave, you need to dig directly below a forest. Caves are found directly below forests like grassland forest and conical hill forest. So directly below the forest the caves are found. This is a reference to Minecraft, where the lush caves are found below a particular tree like azalea tree or something. I don't remember the name of the tree, but below that tree if you dig straight down you will find the lush caves. So similar logic, in similar inspiration I took. Below the forest biome, below the forest chunk, the grassland forest chunk and conical hill forest chunk, directly below these two chunks you will find the caves. So natural cave generation is handled like that, taking inspiration from Minecraft's lush cave generation. So see, keeping that also in mind, I did this generation logic, terrain generation logic. So that is why cave generation is also included. Then this was how the code worked. Now we will run it and see. Let us run it and see now. This is going to be so much fun. Let's start. It is started. Okay, we are officially moving now. So you can still see the cube hologram, light blue cube hologram. Let's start the terrain generation. Nice. See? Terrain got generated. Wait, let me show you. There are mountains, there forest, there village, there watchtower, there hills, everything there. And see 11 chunks like that generated. Now we'll continue onward. Let us continue. Next chunks will generate now. See, it generated for next chunk. So I'm moving along the positive y-axis, and every time that trigger point is satisfied, next 11 chunks are generated. So let me show you. If I go up like this and show like this, you can clearly see. See? Everything is generated nicely. So see, this is how the world is generated. So let us just use a ready-made model. For now I showed for two chunks. So now remaining similar logic. You see, the two chunks are actually generated till bottom level. You see, bottom, and where the forest is found, exactly below the forest you can see natural cave generation. See, below the forest cave has generated. See, it actually works. Below the forest the caves are there. So natural cave generation is also included in this, and the bottom obsidian layer. So everything is there. Top layer of chunks stone chunks layer, and then bottom obsidian chunk layer. Everything. See, this terrain generation logic actually works. Only problem for large amount of terrain, it is very laggy. It becomes very laggy to play. So very hard to play this. But I will show you. I'll just show you a demo. For now, we'll exit this. Cross. Obviously, don't save. Wait. Yes. So see. Now this terrain world ready made. This world is made only for namesake. Because it is so laggy. Let me just show you. It is extremely laggy. We'll close this. Yes. Immediately it is showing not responding. Because it is so laggy. But see. Why it is so laggy? Because I generated it ready made. No, because I generated it manually, but I went too little too far. I became over ambitious. I generated it for like 30 chunks. So the length is 30 blocks. So it is extremely laggy and absolutely unplayable. This is just for fun. Just for seeing how the terrain generates. So for observing the terrain generation, that is why I made this. Again not responding. See, too much laggy it is. Not responding. See, let it be, let it load. I'll take 2-3 minutes just to load. That is how laggy it is. And see, now it loaded. Okay, let it load. Again not responding. Let it be. Let it load. Now it loaded finally. See, this 30 chunks. So this you will identify from the screenshots, because the screenshots have been taken from this world. But I took the screenshots in walk navigation, not in my player controller, because the player controller is so laggy and unplayable that it is very laggy and takes long time to move from one place to another. That is why I did walk navigation, and in that I used the teleport feature to teleport around the world to take the different screenshots. That is how I took the screenshots, in walk navigation, not in the player controller. That is why, because it is absolutely unplayable. So this is just for observing the terrain which I made. So see, so laggy, like 1 FPS. Oh my god. Let me show you the entire world, how it is that. Oh my god. See, it's the entire world at once. See how huge it is. Natural cave generation and all is there, but extremely laggy. So you can see the small caves generated here below the forest. See, below the forest they are generated. Nice, no? See, this is the laggy terrain generator. Just delete this chunk and show you. It's chunk based generation. So if you delete, like press X, you delete the chunk, entire chunk gets deleted. So that is why when you press B also, the entire chunk gets deleted. See, it got deleted from this, the forest chunk, it got deleted. See, so when you press B, the entire chunk gets deleted. So chunk wise terrain generation, that is how it works. So I'll cross this. Obviously don't save. See, it is taking time to close also. It is that laggy. Even if I did don't save. See, my god, very laggy. Now again not responding. Let it be, let it load. Done. Not saved. Very good. Let me check if it is not saved now. Ready-made world. Okay, it is not saved. Very good. Now we'll continue. Now you will say how to play then with the terrain generation, because this world is not ready made. This world is not playable, right? Because it is so laggy. That is why I made OmkarCraft terrain Uplay. This is a much smaller world in which the length, instead of 30 chunks length, I did only 7 chunks length, and it is somewhat playable. Means there is extreme lag, but still at least you can play it. You need some patience to play it though because of the lag, but still at least it is playable, somewhat playable. So OmkarCraft terrain Uplay is the final polished version of OmkarCraft, which can be released to the public in the future, but it is extremely laggy, I'm warning you. Wait, I will just play it and show you now. In that only 7 chunks are generated, so it should not take that much time to load. But let's see. Just close this. We'll do a small playthrough now. Playthrough of OmkarCraft. No, we'll do playthrough in the end. Wait. We'll not do playthrough right now. I'll close this. Not do playthrough right now. We'll do playthrough in the end. Right now I'll show you that, where you change the seed and you generate the world how you want that. Customizable world. Let me show you the future scope and customizability of OmkarCraft. Let's see, OmkarCraft terrain world. Just close this. Okay, nice. So if you see, this is the OmkarCraft terrain world only. Same 733 lines of code. But now what we'll do, we'll go in render mode. And we'll change the seed. See, this loaded. Now what we'll do, we'll just go up here and we'll change the seed. Now let's see, let's say we want a water world where there is a lot of ocean and we want islands in between. So what we'll do, water is 5, right? Let me check. Water is 5. I was right. Water is 5. So it will do 5 within between grasslands. So we'll change majority of the values here to 5. So most of these will change to 5. And we'll keep only little bit values in between. First all of them let's change to 5, and then we'll put some grasslands and forests in between, like for island survival world. If you want an island survival world where there is a lot of ocean and small islands in between, then this world is for you. Let me show you an example. This is just an example of terrain generation, customized terrain generation using seed, where you can use the seed mechanism to customize what you want. So all are fine now. This is only ocean world, ocean only world, but we don't want that. We want something in between So let's see what we want in between. We want grassland. Wait, let me try. We want grassland, so one, 1367. 1367. What we want? Grassland, conical hill, grassland forest, and conical hill forest. So these four. So 1367. So we need to put these in between. So 1, 3. Let's just do this. 2, 2 in between. 6, 7. 1, 3, 6, 7. Perfect. So what I have done in this, all 5, many 5s, like so much water, and in between 1, 3, 6, 7, the islands in between. Now this should generate the water world. Let's see now how it does. Let me show you. So I'll run this now. It's completely customizable. You have full control over how you want the world to generate. If you want more forests, then you can increase the number of forest chunks. If you want more water, you can increase the number of water chunks for ocean, like I did just now. If you want more villages and more structures like villages and watchtowers, you can increase number of those chunks of village and watchtower by playing with numbers of the seed. So that is how completely customizable world you have. So let me show you. Start now. Okay, we have started. Okay, there we go. This should start generating water all around me now. Let's see if it works. Obviously it will work. See, ocean world is here. You can see water and these chunks in between, right? Islands in between. Let's generate few more chunks so we'll see it better. If we generate like 7 chunks or so, you will get an idea. So I'll generate 7 chunks right now, for now. Let's see if it works. Obviously it will work. The next one has generated. We'll do this for 7. Okay, 2 is done. This is how I generate. I count how many chunks I generated, like that till 30 or 20 or like that I did. 3, 4, 'You can see a lot of water here as expected, because so many water chunks for ocean. 5, 2 more chunks, then we'll see how the islands have formed. Nice, no? 6, 1 more to go. And 7. Okay, that's enough. Just go a lot up. I'll press escape. We'll come out of this. See, we got our island, ocean world with islands in between. Nice, no? See, you got so much ocean, and in between these islands have generated like grassland, conical hill, for grassland forest and conical hill forest. So see, it actually works. You can get customizable worlds, like completely customizable worlds. So see, one island here, like this islands are here in groups, and then diagonal groups there are islands, and in between there is a gap. So see, this gap is also there, and then there are diagonal islands and then gap. So like this it will continue generating continuously with diagonal islands, gap, then again diagonal islands, gap, and like this the pattern will continue. So that is why you see the pattern, because of the seed mechanism. So see, this is how the terrain generation occurs. So like this completely customizable terrain generation you can have. So you can decide completely. And see, the islands are also nice because the ocean there is water, underwater there is these valleys for the underwater, and then the islands are like in between, so you can actually see realistic oceans forming here. See, nice, no? And then the cave generation below the forest chunks, that is still here, so the forest will obviously generate caves underground. So see, cave generation is still there, ocean generation is still there, and island generation is also there. So see, this is customizable terrain generation. Anything you can put the seed and you can get the world how you want it. So see, this is how it is. We'll just do don't save. So this was how you can use the seed mechanism to your advantage to get completely customizable worlds however you want them. So see, now we'll do the last final part of the video. We will do a gameplay of OmkarCraft. Very short gameplay, not very long, because already the video has been very long. So OmkarCraft terrain you play. This is the final version of OmkarCraft, which may be published, because it is not so laggy that it is unplayable like this terrain world ready made, like 30 chunks, not that much laggy also, and not very lightweight also. So like 7 chunks are generated. So let me show you. Close this. Now we play some OmkarCraft. Okay, now we play some OmkarCraft. See, so this length is 7 by 11. This is the world size for now, so this is just playable. Quite laggy still, but still it is playable. Let me show you how. Render. The code behind it is actually insane. Like 733 lines of code means baapre. So much code. Let it load. See, it loaded. Okay, so this is the world in which we are going to play right now. Same cave generation mechanism. Cave generation mechanism is also same, and same everything, like water and mountains and villages and all. So this default world only. The default world. So let us start. We'll go in this. The default world. Default world means the seed which was there by default. The 2, 4, 6, 7, 6, and 1. Let's start. So laggy, still so laggy. Let it be, at least it works. Now we'll start by mining. We'll dig out some chunks. And let us start by griefing a village. Ha 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 ha. What a good way to start our gameplay. Huh? Griefing a village, huh? Let's see. Okay, the lag is starting already. We'll grief that village. We'll start by griefing that village first. Just delete the entire chunk. Okay. One tip which I will give you while playing OmkarCraft is that if you look at the sky and then move, then you won't experience that much lag. I don't know why this happens. Maybe because in the sky there are no chunks to render and that is why there is less lag. But if you look at the sky and move forward, then you will experience less lag. So I'll use this technique for now. See, we are getting there. Just look at the sky and then move. Is the best option yet. See, we are actually moving. Less lag like this. Moving towards the village to destroy it. Much lesser lag like this. We're at the village, right? We are at the village. Let's destroy it now. Okay, we are moving forward. Now we'll destroy it. See, now you are seeing how laggy it is. That is why now you understand why I showed you the screenshots before. That is why I said that I'll show the screenshots before only. Because it is so laggy. My god. See? B. And the village is gone. See? The village is gone. Now let us do some mining. Let us go for mining. There is a forest here. So that means we'll find a cave if we mine over here. So let us just do some mining over here. So that we'll find our cave. And the trick which I told you is still applicable. Look at the sky and move. So less lag. See, much lesser lag now. Nice. You are going down now. See? Now you will see our shadow. See, now you can see our shadow because we are so deep underground now. See? B. The chunk is gone. See? Three more chunks and we'll see the cave. Cave is pretty deep underground. I have coded it that way. And obviously it makes sense because it is a cave, so it should be deep underground. Again you can see our shadow because we are deep underground. See? Let's dig. B. Another chunk gone. Nice. See? Just going deeper now. You can see the hologram cube also. Two more chunks down, we'll see the cave. Natural cave generation. We need to find the cave. Then we'll feel happy after finding the cave. Huh? Let's find the cave. Okay, and now B. Another chunk gone. One more chunk and we'll see the cave. Now you can't see our shadow because there is no light here. We are so deep underground, that is why it is dark here. And cave is in the darkness. So see? Let us see now. The cave. B. And we found it, we found the cave. See, this is the cave, see? We found so much coal ore over here. There is a lot of coal ore in this cave. Nice, no? See, natural cave generation is so nice in this. See? Okay, now let us get out of this cave. Need to go back up. From where we came from. We came from up there. We have to go back up there. Let's go up. Now we are out of the cave. Now we are back in the sunlight. Nice, no? See? We are going back up there now. Now as you can see, we are experiencing less lag again now. Because we are looking at the sky upwards and going up na. So we are looking at the sky and moving. That is why we are seeing less lag. So this one nice tip to follow if you are playing OmkarCraft. Look at the sky and then move around. So less lag will be there. This is why I said it requires a lot of patience to play OmkarCraft because it is so laggy. This actually needs optimization, but Blender is not very efficient, so I don't think it can be optimized. Maybe I'll release this, and if someone can optimize it, then it will be good. But for now, this is my OmkarCraft. See? Are those trees? Yes, those are trees. Correct, I was right. Those are trees only. See? Let us build a platform in that mountain cliff over there. That will be nice. Tip: look at the sky and move. Nice, less lag. See? It's a very useful tip. See, looking at the sky and moving around is best. We experience less lag. See? Nice. So this is how to play OmkarCraft the proper way. First you should know where you are going, where you want to go, and then you should face that direction, look at the sky, and then start moving in that direction. Then press J in between, so that if you go too high up you can come down. So J is very useful here. Nice, we reached. Here we'll build something nice. So let us build our platform over here. And then we'll stop. So see, this cliff side, this mountain cliff is the perfect place for building our platform for now. So we'll build it here like this. This hologram cube actually helps a lot while building. That feature is nice. We'll put it here. Oh, that was a misclick. I accidentally placed the leaf. Very funny. Let it be. We'll continue building the platform. These comedy movements in the gameplay make it even more fun. See, we'll continue. See, this is coming out to be very nice. Okay, I think that is enough. So for now, as you can see, I have built a normal platform along the cliff, but if you want, you can build a proper house or a mountain base also along the cliff. So there are many different things which you can make in OmkarCraft. You can build a giant tree of your own using oak wood blocks and leaf blocks, and then build a massive tree house on top of it. Or you can build a mountain base, a house inside the side of a cliff mountain like this. Or you can also build an entire underground village, like in that Wi-Fi's ARG, which was searching for a world that doesn't exist. In that underground village was so nice. I was very inspired by that. So like that underground village also you can build by deleting underground chunks, stone chunks underground, and then making a huge cave and then building the village in that. So underground village is also nice idea. So anything you can build in OmkarCraft, like underwater base also you can build. Below the water it is like normal stone chunks only. So in that underwater chunks also you can build an underwater base. Anything you can build in OmkarCraft which comes in your imagination. That is why it is so nice. So see, and the block overlap, this is not possible in Minecraft, but this is possible in OmkarCraft, the block overlap. That is the reason why it allows for more creativity, like I said last time already. So that is why I would recommend playing OmkarCraft, although it is very laggy and not optimized, but still it is good for trying out. So I escaped. Let's see. What we did today. We made a mine over here. We made a mine over here which goes all the way down to that cave down there. There we made that mine which goes down to the cave, and then we also made this platform in this cliff mountain. See, platform is also here, and here we are, our player Omkar, the player character, the creator of OmkarCraft. See, platform is also nice. So that's all for today, guys. So much we have seen today in OmkarCraft, like terrain generation and all. So this is the playable world which we can use to play. We can start a survivor, we can start a series, building series in OmkarCraft, but it will be very laggy and it will take a lot of time. But still, if you guys want, we can start a series in OmkarCraft where we build different things like underwater base, then underground village, then mountain base, then tree house, massive tree house, and all that. See, we can do that in the future. So this was OmkarCraft and its future scope. Massive update of terrain generation and customizable seed option, where I showed you how we can customize the world we want. And that's it for today. We'll close this. Don't save, obviously. For now, this is not a proper official gameplay. This is just a test. So right now I'm not saving the changes. So when we'll start the series, that time we can maybe start saving changes, but not now. Close this. So this was my game development. How I developed OmkarCraft from scratch, similar to Minecraft. but inspired by a few games. Then you play 1718. Okay, it is not saved. Very good. So now I will tell you what my OmkarCraft game is inspired from. It is inspired mainly from 3 games. First game is Minecraft, obviously, because of all the Minecraft textures and blocks and building and breaking mechanism and all that. So all that is inspired by Minecraft creative mode, basically, because we are allowed to fly around. So Minecraft creative mode is a big inspiration. Then second inspiration is Cubyz. Cubyz is a new game which is upcoming and it is a work in progress, and it is officially released the first version where it is quite primitive, but in that there is an advantage that it is written in Zig programming language. So in that there is infinite height and infinite depth, so you can build up to infinite height, so no build height limit like Minecraft, and you can dig down to infinite depth. And here also it is same, because you can also, there is no height limit in Blender. You can build up to 2000 or 1000 or any 10,000 also. So you can build if you decide to build a 2000 2 kilometer tall watchtower to see the whole world view, then you can do that in OmkarCraft, because there is no height restriction like Cubyz. So Cubyz was also a big inspiration for removing the height limit. So Minecraft, Cubyz, and third inspiration is Animal Revolt Battle Simulator, ARBS. Now you'll say why that? Because in the mobile version you don't see it, but in the PC version of ARBS, the computer version where you play on your laptop or PC, there you will see the white, the blue hologram, blue color hologram comes, and it shows where you are placing the units. So similar hologram I used for block placing mechanism. So it will help you build by showing where you are placing the block. So that hologram idea came from ARBS. So ARBS was also inspiration. So 3 inspiration: Minecraft, Cubyz, and ARBS. So these are the 3 inspirations for OmkarCraft. I hope you guys liked my project. So that is it for today. We'll stop now. You have seen so much in OmkarCraft, very long video and recording. So bye bye guys. Bye bye.